So this is a Mega Man X6 tutorial. So I'm going to be showing off right now the basic mechanics. So the first thing, just like 4, 5, and 6, text. You can't hold start like in X1, 2, and 3, so we're going to mash every button, or all the face buttons and all the shoulder buttons. And that's pretty much how you do a decent mash. Now first thing you'll notice is charging. Auto charge is extremely essential. I wouldn't recommend not having it. So I would highly recommend auto charge. Now rapid fire is more of a preference thing, but you're gonna have to turn it off at some point. And controls again are just preference. So first, general movement, dash jumping is still pretty good, but crouch dashing is extremely convenient and pretty fucking fast, so gonna be doing a lot of that. Another thing is saber. So we can SDC with the saber actually. Rapid fire also applies to the saber, which is very nice. Only with X though. So, and charge shot is about, it doesn't pierce, so it does a little less damage than an unarmored X charge shot, but Falcon is pretty good in this game. And you have an actual air dash, so Falcon is pretty much better in this game than in X5. Now, so the first thing here, we got a wall, and so like if you're familiar with ZX, we can cancel our horizontal momentum off the wall just by hitting saber when we jump. So this is pretty important here in the intro. It saves about 4 or 5 seconds. The other thing, you have a Giga. It's pretty much never used, but it's there if you want it. Oh, okay. So with rapid fire, you also have rapid lemons. It's a little bit helpful. These save you a little bit of time on the generators in Turtloid. And that's pretty much it. The movement is pretty simple. Again, SDC pretty much. With rapid fire, you just have to hold down the saber and then rhythmically tap dash. Without, it's a bit more difficult though. It's still not very hard. So that's about it for basics. Basic movement and stuff. So okay, this first clip is of rapid fire, or without rapid fire, since it's a lot more common this way. This is Cyber's video, so I'm gonna play it. So here's one thing I'll show. He's gonna go low here, and what he's gonna do is saber from here, and so then he's only there, and then he does another saber jump just out of convenience. But basically, this guy, if you do a full jump here, you're gonna bonk him, unless you do like a frame perfect turnaround kick here, which is rather difficult. You're gonna need to either stop or come at it lower like this. So one of those two, and those are pretty good approaches to this. Okay, this is something you don't have to do this. It just saves a little bit. You can just dash jump and then do a dash jump and then shoot him here. But if you saber and pop off the shot there and then do some saber wall climbing, it's a bit faster because you can saber wall climb. And here you just pelt this guy with lemons. So now these blocks, this is how you're gonna do it in without rapid fire. So you're gonna slash, air slash, ground slash, air slash, and that's pretty much the standard. That rope, this rope actually, you need to make sure you jump at it at absolute max height, because if you, by the time you get to the rope, if you're not at exactly max height, you won't grab it. You can only be at max height to grab it. It's kind of silly. So here you can saber wall climb. You can dash wall jump on the side there. On those platforms over there. Or on that side to the wall. You kind of just do a dash wall jump. And then just like tap forward for each one. So yeah, pretty basic for the end here. Let's skip a little bit. Alright. So you want to start with a charge shot and then immediately take damage into a slash. And so then when you come up, he's using, if you're seeing, he's using air dashes. So air dash reduces lag. So this isn't like a big deal, but it will save you around like a bit over a quarter of a second, just because of the lag you're reducing. The hit lag, because it has no hit lag. But this only saves RTA, so if you're having trouble with this, just do slashes, and you're not losing any in-game time from that. Another thing to hyper-optimize is when you're, for lag, so as you see here, this isn't a good example, but, so when you're falling down, if you slash really late, you'll just barely hit him at the end, so it won't dink at all, and that'll save you some time too. So this is pretty much what SDCing is pretty difficult without rapid fire with X. So this is a pretty good way to do it. And yeah, that's about it. Last thing is just high max and easy. You want to bonk a hit and then come over here. And then if he gets the ball, if you get the ball, you want to stand like here. So this crack is where you want to judge things from. You either want to stand like a little, like right over it pretty much, or a bit over to the left. If you get the ball, you want to stand like right over it. And if he comes towards you, you want to stand here. Another thing, if he comes towards you, always jump, preferably late. So so jump because he can, if you're seeing he's moving, he's bobbing up and down, his hitbox is actually changing when he's doing that. He can bob right over you and not hit you, so you want to jump to ensure that. But preferably jump a bit later. That way, if you don't get fucked, then like you don't even jump. If you get what I'm saying. Alright, so this is with bad RNG on the boss. So he got good RNG. You kind of want D1000 to crash there. So this is with easy. Oh, wait a second. Oh, alright. Okay, never mind. Let me just mute this. Okay. I want to have to talk over myself. So, you can actually just dash jump all the way up here, but either or pretty much. So, I'm going to shoot this guy, and I come at this. I don't come at this low. I just stop for a little bit, and then I go. And so, with rapid fire, you can just do 2 short SDCs there. Another thing there, Akutera found that if you saber instead of pressing jump to fall off the ladder, it saves 2 frames. And with rapid fire, you can actually buffer that. So like here. So you can see this animation of him going down the ladder. You can, if you just hold down the saber during this, it'll buffer it for you. If you have rapid fire, obviously. But you just got to make sure that you don't hold it down long enough to do 2 air slashes on accident. Pretty basic movement. 2 saber wall climbs there. And there you go. Oh shit, okay. So again, slash, so this is bad pattern. This means he's just gonna sit here. So you're just gonna keep wailing on him. On easy, you don't have to worry about health, so just keep wailing like this. If you see him slashing lower, I don't dink. You can even hear it. I don't really dink. I did miss one hit though. But it's fine, because you can do that. And yeah, I got the same shit for max. Alright, so this is a good RNG. So you're going to STC inside of him, and then dash back in. And here's where it gets tricky. You're going to come up on this wall here. And you want to try to not get killed. Alright. So this is this stage. So first thing here, I'm going to do a half shot, dash, another half shot. And here these guys take a while to come up, so you're going to crouch and just wait, and then a half shot and go. It's not too hard to do, so I'll show that in full motion again. Okay, and you want to shoot, it doesn't matter, I mean, on easy and normal it's the same, you'll just have different results. So you want to shoot a charge shot and then a few lemons. Just one is fine, actually. So on easy, that one will kill the nightmare, and on normal, that one will just kill the key, because on normal, they take a charge shot and one lemon. Text. Okay. Now you want to walk forward a little, and then jump, and that's how you get the slider gap. So, since it would be slow to wait to get another charge shot, you're just going to shoot your charge shot to the right. That way you can, because it's faster to spam lemons to the left, obviously, since they have less time to travel. And then dash off, and then spam lemons, and then finish with a saber. If you can't spam lemons, do half shots on the keys and shit. And at the generator, just do them how you do the boxes on in the intro. Okay, so shit. So this is kind of more important than looks. This is a lineup. So you're gonna jet here and do a jump and then kill this guy and land here. And okay, basically you want to be here-ish when your dash ends. I did a hop to set up for us, but it doesn't really matter. Basically you want to dash and then get a 4D boost from him. And then pop a shot. So make sure that you have to be careful here. Because basically, so I'm dashing right now. If I shot right now, so I'm surprised that worked. So probably because I came back into the crouch short fast enough. But so when you're ending the dash and coming back into a crouch, you stand up for a few frames. So you don't want to make the mistake of shooting then, because then you'll shoot right over this key. But I got him. So yeah, you can just pelt that guy with a lemon. Or it doesn't matter. Even just a lemon will kill them. So dash into this. So you can come behind it, but if you're in front of this, it's faster because it'll give you more time to charge. So what I'm doing here, so once I take damage, I do a dash, and I dash a little bit, and then I release the D-pad, and then release. Yeah, so I release the D-pad first, and then I release dash immediately after, and so it'll put me in that like kind of like sliding thing, so that'll stand me up like immediately with still being in decent speed, and then I just pop off the shot and kill that, and then dash off, and then slide down the wall and nail that, and dash into that with lemons and shit and go. Alright, so those two you kind of have to be careful about. If you're too slow, they will bonk you, and if you're too fast, they will. Another thing here, if you noticed, I kind of messed up a little bit and I air dashed, but it actually didn't matter because I just need to spawn this. So I have to wait a little bit anyway, so if I have messed up movement, you're not even losing time. And so I just saber wall climb there just because. Okay, so once these two become even, that's when you jump. See? Oh, shit. Here we go. No, it's fine. VLC just keyload for a little bit. No biggie, though. Oh, jeez. Okay. Damn it. It's completely messed everything up. So if you see, they're lined up, and then go. Another thing about here. So this bat, you can kill him pretty easily up here, but okay. So if you're above this jewel here, so use X's body, like torso, as a judgment here. So if he's like at this or above it, you're gonna bonk this, and what you need to do with that is you need to hold right and mash jump. And if you're there's a small window every few frames where he'll like fall off, but the dildo keeps catching him. So if you just mash when you're off, he'll do an air dash, so that'll like push you under it. So that's what you want to do if you grab that. So just hold right and absolutely mash jump. Once like you see that he's off. Anyway, if you're a bit lower, you can get up here in one jump. I was actually in a good enough spot to where I was able to one jump to even shoot it. That's fine, because then you can just do a saber jump, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so here you want saber jump, and hopefully you make it up to this one, especially on normal mode, without having to saber jump, because if I would have to saber jump to here, then I need to wait for my charge. But okay, so this is what you do on easy. You shoot this guy and then dash forward a little bit and then just saber. Yeah, it's pretty simple. And you can just saber to kill that guy. So kind of, this is this mini setup here. You want to get deboost off this guy. So you can use this up here. Hard to see right now. Okay, so this isn't real. Let me get a better looking frame. This isn't real here. Like, you can't wall jump off of this. So you can actually glide off of this and then jump. So basically, you need to go at like in order to really get this, you need to let go forward for like a tiny bit, and that'll get you that like every time. So then it lets you go through this. It's safer and not much slower, and it's way more consistent. So just bonk this guy, so that majority of these red guys are gonna either just keep going that way if they weren't following you, or come down and you have iframe, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so there's 3 things you can do with this generator. So with this generator, so you shoot this, and you immediately want to start mashing lemons, if you can, or if you have rapid fire on. If you don't, just do this the standard way, but this is for rapid fire mainly. So you can either dash off like this, which I don't really recommend. What's optimal and what's pretty difficult is to, especially with my control setup, you want to keep holding lemons and you want to just do a small dash jump, but you want to be really small so that way while you're jumping all the lemons continue to hit it. So that's optimal. You can also just walk off and do an air dash and then stand in front of it and do a few more lemons, and that will be good. Okay, so on normal, there's bats here, so you need to clear them. There's like 2 or something, so you just do a half shot. Okay, so you can dash into this. There's a key right here. If you see that little pixel, that'll be easier, but if you loop around, you can get a 4D boost from this and just go through. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Alright, so you want to shoot that and then spam lemons and or sabers. You really need to make sure all those are cleared. Okay, so if you fall off, you can just take damage normally, or you can like hit this ledge and air dash. If you're crazy though, this is what I call the weave. So there's a really small window to fit in between here, which I just did. So land on the platform here without taking damage from this and without dying in the spikes. So when you're doing this, obviously, you want to lean more towards taking damage because, you know, you don't want to overshoot. You want to undershoot typically because if you overshoot, you're going to die. Okay, so this is something you can do on normal too, but you just have to avoid. There's a pink guy here. He's kind of hard to deal with. But so you take damage from this bat and you land in this pit, the spike pit, and this makes this really easy. So I'm going to jump up and then do a charge shot and instantly turn around and leave. Oh wow, VLC just died. Nice one. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so on normal you can do that, but you actually want to do the... Let me explain. So on normal, when I take damage here, I would shoot my charge shot, and then I would come back up and pop a few lemons. And that's how you... So it's a bit more tough. A bit tougher on normal, but it's not a big deal. Okay, so here's something very worth elaborating. Okay. So this. It's safer, and I would recommend to just hit the front of this guy. Because if you hit the back of him like this bat now has a 50-50 of going left or right. And if he goes right, then you're going to shoot him, and you're going to waste time. So this is risky. It's not a huge deal, but like this is a time loss if he fucks you over. So it is just a safer bet to just hit this guy in the front and then, you know, get pushed back. Because if you get hit from the front, this bat will go left every time. So, and then you just snipe him. And here's hyper dash, and then come down. You can, so I did that a bit more risky, but normally you need to delay it out a bit more to shoot a lemon on that thing too. Anyway, pop a shot there. If you're on normal, you're going to want to jump on this and then just like fall off an air dash, or you can just jump straight up and air dash, but I think it's faster to do that. Not positive though, either or pretty much. Alright, yep. And for that generator, if this health is still good on normal, if you have 50% health or lower on normal, you're gonna want to take the health refill. Okay, so here, so Zero is pretty interesting. His weakness is the saber, but if you hit him with the air slash, he won't teleport. So just hit him with the air slash a million times. So how you want to do this is if he comes here, you want to do a bunch of high jumps so he misses you, or do that on the first one. When he does his standard combo from the middle here, though, you want to jump over both the shots and then get hit by the saber. So jump, jump, and then bonk into his saber. And if you're playing on unarmored, you would just bonk into the second shot since it does less damage. And yeah, that's it for this one. Okay. So this is normal stuff. So as you can see, the Nightmare's still alive, so we have to deal with him. He can fuck you over, but if you're lucky, you can just dodge him like that. So you have to be really careful about that shot here. You can just go under these two. This is kind of awkward here, getting through that. You can either shoot these guys or bonk them, either or. And that's pretty difficult to do, but if you want, you can just do it in multiple jumps. Yeah, I kind of splice this together to make it easier to record for. Yeah, and that's a one jump there. That's pretty difficult. Typically you'll get a two jump. This guy takes too much damage, so just bonk him instead. Yeah. So most things are pretty similar in Area 1. Area 2 is where it gets a bit different. You can also air dash over like all of these dudes if you want. All of these pink guys, purple guys, whatever, because they do a lot of damage. So, yeah. So that's how you do that correctly. Yeah, and you can just finish him off at the door since he has more health. On normal, Ezreal has a bit more health, so he can also teleport. If he doesn't come at you and he stays in place, he'll teleport. He gave me the same pattern as the last time. But when he stays in place, he can teleport. But that's like a guaranteed good pattern. Alright. Oh god, what happened? Wait a second here. Oh jeez. Ah, shit. Okay. I have a problem. This will take a second.
Did you take my last cold Mountain Dew?
Okay.
So, should there only be one in there and it's cold and under budget? Put another one in. Hello?
Okay.
Common courtesy?
Okay. Okay. Lol. Anyway, trying to fix this. This is annoying to say the least. I had to change some formatting stuff, so VLC is having an aneurysm now. Try and put these back in order. Alright, 11. And one more. Alright. The hell? What are you doing? Okay, VLC is like being really stupid right now. Why is it not? This is so stupid. What the hell is it doing? Alright, anyway. Okay. So this is Sheldon. So, that guy is a life, so make sure you grab him. It's kind of hard to dodge him, but just saying. So here, this is something kind of difficult. You want to land here and dash and then jump quick. Now, these have ice physics, so that dash can be kind of random. If you bonk them, it's not a huge deal, but you're losing like a second. Yeah, just jump that guy if you're playing on easy. So this is manipulation. I should probably show off what a the standard stage looks like. So I'm gonna throw 3, 4, 5 Z busters. I'm not mashing all these perfectly, but they're pretty close together. And then 1, 2, and then jump immediately down. And so what that does is that manipulates these lasers to open at an extremely specific time. So if you don't want to mess with this manipulation, wait till that laser goes away, which it just did, and then jump. And that'll set you up for an easy cycle. So if you don't get this door open, it's not a big deal, but this is about the same. So you kind of do that way. When you're falling here with that slash, if you stay to the left a bit more, till like here, and then turn around, the slash will be gone, so you won't have that issue, but you're only wasting RTA from that, so not a big deal. Slash, so this is one thing, you want one more hit on this than you do on that, so you just do a standard slash here, and then an air slash to hit both twice, and then bonk on the bottom one, and then go. So that's how you do the task cycle. But the standard cycle's basically the same, you just don't get that one door open. So you have to wait an extra cycle. So here, you jump to the right because it forces him over here. And he actually spawns a few frames earlier for some reason if he's I don't know if it has to do with him being on the left or has to do with him being on the opposite side, but either or, it's faster. So jump here, jump back, bonk, and then just STC, and finish with a third slash or a Z buster. Z buster's harder though, because if you use a Z buster, you have to your last input before it has to be a dash. The Z buster can't cancel a slash; it can only cancel a dash. So you have to really make sure about that. Alright, yeah, that's it. Okay, so this is what's different on normal. You just want to get this soul. So this Reploid isn't a big deal. And Hundo is annoying, but you'll see what I mean. So the Reploid that's typically here, it doesn't matter if you get him, really, on normal at all. He's not anything special. So if you want to get really close to Nightmare, you can just do that. So, yeah. Alright. So this is now Maginian. So a text. So there's about 2 strats here. Here's what's faster by like 0.2. So if you slash this guy and then jump up and slash, that's fastest. Geez. What you can do also though is right here you can just dash off and then jump, and you won't have to deal with these birds. So that's a lot easier, but it's slightly slower. You don't want to dash down these too much because they're at such a high slope that you're actually wasting time. Because instead of your momentum from the crouch dash pushing you forward, it's pushing you down and forward. So dash jumping here is actually a bit faster. But these birds are kind of annoying, so you can't dash jump on every one. But minor slopes don't matter, but that's a pretty major slope, so there it matters. Okay, so here you just kind of equip guard shell. Jeez. And just jump and slash. And you'll kill it every time. For guard shell, I'll explain a little bit. So basically, it's easiest to just quick swap to it and then pause and then just press X and then it's equipped. Some notable things about it is that if I've already, so right now I'm using it. If I want to use it in the boss for Maginian, I can't just go and re-equip it. It won't come out. You have to unequip it, quote unquote, by equipping the Z Saber in the menu. So you have to quick weapon, like you can just quick weapon swap back to your base and then pause and click that and just click standard shit if you plan on using it later in stage. And with current routing, you don't need to do that like anywhere in the run, but it's still notable to say because a lot of people do. So here's pretty just basic movement. You can jump to avoid that there. Not a big deal though. You can kill both of those guys, but you don't need to grab either of their souls because we're assholes. So we're gonna use these Reploids as bait. Yeah. So that's how you do this stage on easy. It's pretty simple. Pretty easy stage once you practice it a little bit. Alright, so I'll put a link in the description, or maybe an annotation to a little tutorial I have for this. But basically, you want him to come down. If he doesn't come down, just hit him in the air immediately. But you want him to come down, then hit him with some Z-busters. And this is kind of specific here. So you want to jump slash, turn around, and then land in a crouch. And that kind of like manipulates him a little bit. And that's just the main thing. Alright. Oh, jeez. Okay, so this is how you do the stage on normal. It is very different. Oh, by the way, I will not be covering Turloid second because it's fucking stupid. So again, text. This is a bit different here. So basically what the deal is, we collected that one soul back in Sheldon, and we need 13. Because what we're going to do is we're going to kill 2 bosses. That gives us 400. And then 13. That gives us 104. So then you have 504 souls, which is just enough to get you A rank, which will get you 1 part. That's the basis for this route. So on normal, we're going to grind out some... I'm going to grind out some souls, but on easy, you're just going to do 3 stages instead. So here, you're going to equip Guard Shell, kill this guy, and then just jump. That Reploid, you don't need him, so just leave him. Kill these guys. So now we're up to 5 total. Kill this. And then wait for this guy to come towards you, that way you don't have to waste an air slash on him, which causes lag. If you do that slash well enough, you won't have to go out of your way to grab that 1 soul. And this last guy will come towards you. Just kind of do a 1-2. Or you can just mash the saber. If you missed any, for these guys, I'll just show off. If you missed any, God, okay. So this guy, you can do a triple slash and then grab him. And this guy, if you do it right, you can just do a jump into a slash, and you can grab his soul and then come back down, and you don't waste that much time. It's kind of difficult though. Alright, fuck. was kind of a nasty fight, if I remember. So on normal, if you just want to stay at the ground and just do nothing but Z-Buster, that's a pretty good strategy. Because you take a lot of damage from stuff. That wasn't too bad of a fight, especially for normal. Anyway. Okay, this quality is ass, but like, bear with me. Because this is a really good IL. This is just old. Very old. Okay. Yeah, this is on PS1, I believe. This is from Hugo for Fun Relay. I got a 39, so I'm going to use that as my example here. Okay, so just jump like that. Jump. Okay, you can grab that guy. You just jump down and then do a double jump to get on here, but that's slow. It's not that slow, but it's a little time wasted. Up here. Kind of do a jump like that. Okay, so clearing this guy is fucking insane. But you want to overshoot. You want to undershoot opposed to overshoot. Because if you overshoot, you'll get knocked backwards because you'll just bonk the front of him. If you undershoot, you'll hit the back and get a 4D boost, which is much preferable. So you typically want to undershoot opposed to overshoot. If you want to go down this pit, there's a heart down there. Okay, so saber this thing and you'll take damage. So then you have iframes and the spikes. Okay, so this is kind of like a leap of faith jump a little bit, but if you get the timing down, it's just like a medium jump and you'll always land on that thing. It's a lot less scary than it looks. Okay, so this is one thing. So if you do a double jump here and wait a little bit, so just like take it a little bit slow here, that's an easy way to manipulate these. But if you dash jump really far out like this, that's another way. This is faster. So basically, you want to manipulate those guys and be a bit slow there so they aim over there. If you go at max speed, you'll get sniped right here. But, yeah. Again, just text. And this is bad RNG. I'm pretty bad at this. Alright, so this is how you do this stage on normal. It's a lot slicker, I guess. So you have Hyper Dash and you have Insui's on. Well, and Saber Plus, but mainly you have Hyper Dash and Insui's on. So now we can do some fun shit. So we can do dash there. Make sure you land on the rightmost side of this guy, because if you do it in the middle, sometimes when you Insui's on, you'll take damage like immediately, and you won't get it. Again, you can grab that guy if you want. Come up here, do that double jump, and grab this and that. And you don't have to worry about that mantis. Again, you can grab that heart down there. Oh, to note, in normal, you'll be doing this stage after Turtloid, but I thought it'd just be appropriate to group these together. So you would not do Yamark third in normal. Yeah. So just guard shell. So with guard shell and bosses, as you saw there, I got too close and took damage. But basically, you want to get extremely close to them, as basically close as you can. Alright. So this is a better way of dealing with bad RNG. Cyber is really good at doing these triple slashes, so I'll just show his. vid. So that's a better way to deal with it. Alright, so this is Turtleoid. So, you want to hop these guys and pause right here. It makes it easier to line up here, so that's just why I do it. Pause, equip guard shell, dash forward, and Giga right before that key. You can jump and grab that soul, but you don't need it, so. Slash, slash. You can kill that guy if you want, but I think it's a bit slower and easy, especially. You would just do a 1-2 on him. Alright. Kind of hard to see here. Keys are a bit annoying. I think killing a guy is faster, but jumping over him is an alternative. Alright, so this is dildo jump, so the infamous dildo jump. I've actually figured out how it works now, so that's good. So basically, once this starts to move, you want to get your foot all the way off. And see, the dildo just started to move, so then you jump. So wait for it to move, and once it moves, then go. Okay, so you want to grab this, fall off, and then wait a little bit, fall a little bit, and then double jump to grab it, and then dash jump, and you'll land here. And so then do a double jump to get back on here. And what we're going to do is you're going to dash jump and slash at the same time. And that is a consistent way to kill that bat. Now, if you slash later or slash too early, you will bonk it. But that is pretty much a consistent way. I haven't had that failed on me yet, so I'm pretty sure that's consistent. If you're still worried about him, you can just Z-Buster him, or you can, ahead of time while you're waiting, you can equip Yamar, which would be holding up and then special shot. And then you can just like, you can just do a quick saber slash and then jump. And then like slash again for security. Because when you do your slashes, Yamar bits will like fly everywhere. And shit, once you have it equipped. Anyway, here these are pretty just like jumps. Slash this guy. I didn't mean to take damage there, but it's fine. Slash this. Crouch. Or slash, slash. So here's something. This is pretty much preference. So you can either slash that like that, which is a faster RTA, but it's harder to do. So a safe bet, which is faster in game time, is to do an air slash on this, but it'll cause a lot of lag. So it's definitely slower RTA, but it's a bit faster IGT. So on normal, you want to slash there, and that's the only real difference. And Giga in the middle of this one, and then edged teleporter, or the health refill in Giga. So you can air dash there, or dash jump, either or. Alright. So for this fight, you're actually gonna, this is a bit different than it looks. So if you have ass health, wait in front of him, and you'll get hit by a missile and then go through. If your health is fine, like this is definitely fine. I mean, if your health is ass, you probably should grab the teleporter or the health refill anyway, but, you know, not a big deal. So you're going to hold down just crouch. You're not going to hold forward, which you typically do for a crouch dash. You're just going to hold down and dash. And so what you're going to do is you're going to dash, and then you're going to slide into him for like 1 frame. So if you would have held forward, you would stop right in front of him, but you want to bonk him. So then we're going to jump, and you're going to line up your foot on his toe, and then slash and turn around. And that's how you do it. It's pretty easy. It's really easy to do that. If you're lazy, you can also... It's not that much slower, but you can just line up like that and face right. Jesus, is blinding. Just face right here and just do your first slash, then your second slash, and just keep doing first, second, and that works too. I know Caleb does that. Anyway, so this is the, oh, what the, didn't I just see this? Okay, that's weird. I guess maybe, oh, you know what I bet happened? No, I don't get it. Anyway, something you need to be careful about here. If you're too far to the left here, like this jump needs to be huge. You need to land there. And same with this one. If you're far back here, this guy's gonna hit you. So, yeah, that's just something you need to be careful about. Again, pause around here. Giga. Kill. And here you're going to do a 1-2. Okay, so this guy is going to close really fast. So even though a 1-2 would be optimal, it's going to air slash him. Because he's going to close up really damn quick. Yeah, you can kill that key. I just kind of fucked up. And yeah, that's about all there is to this. Alright, so I have a lot of MSP clips. What the fuck? Oh, well, okay. Sorry for the static, by the way. I'm hearing it too. Okay, something I didn't need to explain. Okay, so placing that there, put it on the back preferably, because it's kind of annoying to get out of this thing sometimes. So try to put it as far back on this as you can. Okay, so when you're jumping here, you need to be really careful and really fast, because like what happened there, if you're fast, this will be open, so it won't cock block you, and you can make it. Now, if you don't and you land here, jump, air dash, and then wall jump off of this. And Sui's on here twice, sometimes 3 times. If you want health for some reason, you can grab those guys. That last one's free, so. Okay, so you can turn on guard shell here if this is easier for you, but this saves RTA, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Z-buster all these blocks instead. Okay, so this is cycle skip. You don't have to go for this if you don't want to, but I'm going to explain it. This only saves 8 seconds. So, dash, dash. And the key here is you want to jump here and bonk. That way you have dash speed coming down. If you jump too early, you'll sit right here, and your best option is pretty much to go back in here because you have a pretty high chance of dying. If you're too late, you will just walk down here. So for this, it's better to overshoot than undershoot, but this trick isn't that hard. So getting it like right on point isn't very difficult, honestly. It just needs clean movement. So dash, dash, and you'll fit here. So you saved half a cycle, and now you have to save another half. So here, again, more slick movement.
Me out there.
That wasn't me. That was other me. Lol. Yeah. Okay, so let me explain this. Okay, so there's multiple ways to approach this part here. So you can actually just wait down here, over here if you wanted, because you can make it all through this the next cycle. But slashing that makes this cycle so so free. You used to wait in front of him and then dash jump over and then double jump and then wall jump here, and it would put you right here with like barely any time. But if you do that, you can make it to here like easily. Now making it through this is crazy hard, but I don't recommend it. It saves 8 seconds again, but it's crazy. I don't even go for that. So, yeah, if you're doing it this way, don't do Yamark. If you stay back here and don't kill the Met and have Yamark on, and then hit the Met with this, that'll give you the perfect amount to walk through all of these blocks with it. So you just like clear all these with Yamark, and then you just jump on this one and one Insui's on, and you have it. But if you go through there, that's not an option, so that's why I turned it off. But it's not a big deal. So you just want Insui's on off those blocks, not a big deal at all. Alright, more Yamark. Just to clear the room. Doesn't really matter. I'm just doing it because you definitely want it for here though, because it'll let clearing this block be faster. Or, well, you want it for this one. Okay, something that can kind of trip people up. Shit. Okay. So this here, if you see I landed right here, you can do a slide off of this, but like, just know that this happens. Like, don't freak out. That does happen. That you'll land in the very corner. Okay, so this saves 8 seconds also. So this looks a lot harder than it is, but jumping over this gap isn't very difficult. If you miss it, you get a heart, so not a big deal. But I'll show it in full motion. Alright, so all those jumps, the last one, you want to be just barely under a full jump, and that'll land you in here perfectly. Okay, so this guy is an absolute jackass. So here's the real, aside from Yamark, the real first RNG point in the run. So this guy's a real asshole. So this is what you want. So you're going to take damage, and you're going to go from side to side back. So this is really good. That is like a perfect way of doing that. It's not always going to be that clean, but that's the general gist of it. It requires a bit of practice and more so experience. Okay, so now we have Hyperdash, and we're going to deal with some corridors. I should have explained this back here, but anyway, if you noticed, you slide into these doors, so this will save some frames. But you want to let go forward on the second dash in this door, so that way you'll slide, because doing another dash is much slower than sliding for one frame. So when you're sliding, you're losing speed, but it's a few frames, so it doesn't matter. The only one where sliding is debatably slower is on Mother Nightmare, or Nightmare Mother. Anyway. Okay, so this is like bad RNG, I'm pretty sure, but this is a decent example of it. Kind of like mess up a little bit, but basically this is what you like don't want. So there's 3 things he can do. He can come up directly at you and crash down. He can just jump straight up, or he can dive and then he can like roll on the ground, or he can jump straight up and throw a metal anchor. So this is what you don't want. If he does that, do something kind of like this. Kind of like try to, yeah, just try the best of your ability to deal with it. That's a decent way of doing it. It kind of really sucks. Okay. Did I just skip one? Oh, these are out of order. It's fine. So this is the best RNG. He comes up at you like this, and guard shell, slash. In the boss rush, he needs a little more than 2 hits, so I just didn't Insui's on. Okay, and this is middle pattern. This is pretty good. A lot better than the anchor. So with the good, quote-unquote, good RNG patterns, you won't take any damage. So that's just really nice. Yeah. Alright. So this is Heat Nicks. Gonna run into Heat Nicks. This is where I do it. This is where I change my controls. Not in this, but in this like IL. But in the run here, if you're using rapid fire, this is where you're gonna want to turn it off. because we need to be charging now. So on easy and normal to an extent, but more so on easy, you want to do this setup. Oh, also the difference between easy and normal here, these don't shoot at you on easy. So you want to release this right like that. And if you fail it, then it's just like the standard pattern. So finish them off. But that has a higher chance of one cycling. Or, yeah, than it does with the other setup, which is just to release as soon as you gain control. Anyway, going through this is pretty easy. Saber climb here. You don't have to kill that guy, but it makes it easier. You want to get really close to this wall, as close as you can. And then release as soon as you gain control. That's a bit more difficult than it looks. Those wall jumps are kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. Okay, so the key here, this is like the new setup. I don't think I even went for here, but basically once you see the ground start to shake from him hitting over there, just stand here, wait for the ground to shake, and then go and release. And then while you're doing these, always charge for a second in case he fucks you over. Even if it's pretty late, it's always faster, especially on this one specifically. It's faster to pause, to cancel, because you have a lot of terrain to cover. So, just switch to anything. You don't have to go all the way down to Ray Arrow. Just go like one up or one down. It doesn't matter. Just get off of Metal Anchor. Okay, so this is for security. Since we have extra, you just want to do this because you have a really high chance of getting a one cycle. If you don't one cycle, then you're very unlucky. Okay, so in this case, if I didn't one cycle, you would want to air dash into him to take damage, and then either clear the crystal or wait for him to come back up again. Okay, so this is the fastest way of doing this, is wall jumping like this. It's kind of tricky though. Okay, so here, make sure holding down dash and then jump, because if you don't, you're just gonna air dash and you're gonna look stupid as fuck. Alright, so release right as you gain control. This is the one Cerno found. And if you don't get it, then it doesn't matter. So yeah, one thing to explain that's very important. Back on this one, this is very crucial. So, anyway, so when you release this, so once I release, keep charging. As you see, I start charging again. Charge and hold down that button and then weapon swap. Because here's what's going to happen if you don't do that. You're going to switch over and then you're going to shoot a normal metal anchor. And what that's going to do is that's going to fuck you over. So then you won't have an extra. So make sure that you charge coming out of that ray arrow. That way you don't waste any extra metal anchor. That's very important. Anyway. I think that's... Oh yeah, okay, this fight is simple at least. Minor thing. You probably should pause there. And that wall jump will fit you right in there. Okay, this fight is easy, beyond belief. Nice, I killed it right here. Whatever. Okay, so this is on normal. If you're playing on normal, this is pretty much how you should do it. This is a lot safer, since the donuts are like complete assholes. So this is the other setup for this one. You just hold left and release. Gonna wait for that one. These do a lot of damage, especially on normal, and there's a lot more of them. Okay. I didn't really wait for it, but This one here is really annoying, so I'm going to explain this a little bit. So, if you're with 0, since you're... Well, okay. Once you see this start to go down, then you know it's safe. Or you can just wait on the wall a little bit. That's what I did there. Shooting that guy's really nice. You want to do a slide here, by the way. That'll put you right here. If you do a standard, it'll put you, like, on top of this. So you definitely want to do a slide dash here. Jump right here. You can saber climb up to this if you want to get that Reploid. If you have shitty health, but if you don't grab them. Okay, so that is an even safer way of doing this. He likes to snipe you. So specifically, this is something specific to normal. So once you take damage, typically, you can just jump up. You would just jump out and then release again. But as you can see, he shot, like, right there. So I took damage twice to guarantee a higher chance of killing him. That's just on normal. Like, on easy, don't bother with that. But that one specifically is an asshole on normal, so that's something you definitely want to do. Okay, here, wait for the ground to shake, and then go. And then pause. That Reploid's nice. Typically you have, like, okay or mediocre health here. So grab that. There's a Reploid here. Grab him if you can. This is a revisit for this IL, so that's why there's not a lot of Reploids and shit. Sadly, I don't have any clips of showing me getting fucked over by this donut, but if you do, again, just air dash into him. If you're in this state, you can just go on the wall, which is even better. But if you're put at the left, then just, jeez, just air dash into him. Alright, again, release immediately. If it doesn't, it has a pretty high chance of killing. I didn't show that here, but it's pretty consistent. If you release really early, it's really consistent. So, and yeah. Alright. Okay, so this is just a fight. Not much to show off here, but basically just continue to hit him with charge ray arrow. And it's good to bonk on him if he gives you that pattern, because you don't want him to get in your way. Okay, so this is Wolfang. Lol. Nice text. Anyway. If you're playing on normal, or even if you're not, if you're playing on easy too, you can get Insui's on glitch right here. Jeez. Here, and it's a lot easier, but it's a bit slower. So even on normal, it's still slower. You can jump over the wolves, and it's not very difficult. But this is a good place to go for it. So you have 3 shots, basically. So you can go there, there, and up here. So these you want to be really careful about, because there's ice everywhere. So you don't want to like rocket everywhere. So basically, you want to make sure that either when you land you're holding right, or when you land you haven't been holding right. Well, okay, so what I mean by that is, like, so if you let go of right and then land and immediately press right, you will fly. So you want to make sure that if you're gonna land, like when you land, either make sure that you're still holding right, like all the way through, which is a bit scary, but that's safer, trust me. Or that you let go of right for a very long time, or for a decent amount of time. Because that's actually going to be pretty scary. These ladders are annoying. The reason I'm using this clip is because I get really good RNG. So this is a good example of good RNG here. So you can one block this one every time. And this one is really hard to one block though, but if you're fast, you can get up there. Okay, so let me explain an alternative really quick. So say you're in here, right? And you're getting shit on. Nothing's coming down. If you have a bunch coming down over here, you can take them and climb back up over here. And the next time one falls, so say a middle one falls, you can use that to hop over to the other side. And you can do that on the other one too. But that's just something that's really useful. So, anyway. Kind of want to double jump through these. This guy is a life up if you want him. So that'll give you more health. Okay, so this is the half rocket. This is something not huge, but it's something you'd want to know. So you want to... What you're going to do here is you're going to dash into this and then let go. So don't hold crouch. Just hit dash and don't hit, like, just hit dash without touching the D-pad, and you want to slide through the door. So that, it'll put you in dash speed, but you're going to be going, like, stupid slow. Well, not really slow. So then if you get a dash out through here, you will rocket and you'll land right here. See, I missed it there. So if you see him, like, doing that same animation with the slide, that means you missed it. Okay, so this is Wolfing. So you want to equip guard shell, do 2 hits about ish. So this is the bad pattern, by the way. If he stands up like this and doesn't sit down, then he's gonna fly around the room. So what you want to do is you want to slash. So get him to decent health, and then hit him with the fire. So what? This is just holding up in standard slash, and that'll do this like uppercut fire thing. And then yeah, it can reset his RNG, but he can go back into angry mode. So it doesn't guarantee that he'll go into safe mode, but basically it just stops him in his tracks, so he can't keep like flying around. Because you want to avoid him going on the ceiling, because he can like dash and then fly up to the ceiling and stay there. So it sucks when that happens. That was like a 53 IGT, I think. That shit was pretty good.
Mega Man X6 tutorial.
Alright, wait. Okay, so I'm not going to talk here. I made this already. So this is for Scaravich.
For the totem skips in Scaravich, I'm going to show several methods of doing this. And this is all going to be with Falcon without Hyper Dash. So first thing, you want to get Ice Crush, and you kind of want to do this. This is what our goal is here. It's not as hard as it looks, but it's pretty hard to get down at first. So what I'm doing is I'm shooting with my special weapon, and then I'm air dashing into it. So you shoot first and then air dash, because if you air dash, you can't shoot while you're air dashing. So basically you need a decent control scheme. What I'm using is this. So this is R1. Think of this as R1. This is R1, this is R2. So I just roll my fingers like that. Obviously it's very hard to do on the ground. You do it like that. That's the only way I really do it on the ground. Anyway. So, I'm going to show off with default controls. So, another thing some people might know, a way to do this, because when it really comes down to it, getting comfortable with your controls is the main thing to make this trick a lot easier. So you can actually hit jump again to do this. So for a lot of people that have default controls, like I'll put it to pretty much default. Try to remember. Yeah, okay, so this is default on here. Anyway, so triangle is my shoot. Ah, shit. Okay, anyway. So what you would do is you would shoot with triangle and then kind of roll your thumb down to X, kind of like, wait, so. And that's pretty much the easy way to do it. So if you have jump, and then your sub weapon is on you're on your face buttons, that's an easy way to do it. Now, if your sub weapon isn't, and you don't have R dash, or don't have any dash on the shoulder buttons, then have fun with that. Changing your controls is not a bad idea here. Again, in my opinion, the easiest way to do it is like this. It's just too easy. You just line up and then... So I'm flicking... Think of like when you're bored, you roll your fingers on a table. That's what I'm doing with my index finger. So I just use my middle finger, and it's pretty simple. So that's basically all there is to it. So you just have to apply. Another thing here, especially on this one, you need to be low. Low, because if you're too high, that happens. But you can't do that. It's got to be just right. So yeah, that's basically it. The fight is pretty much just, you know, a bunch of charge Z's. But getting comfortable, geez, these controls, with doing this is very helpful, and you can get about a 20, around a 20-ish IGT if you do the skips perfectly. At worst, you'll probably get like a 30-something if you like, you know, have 0 by the time you get through here. Maybe about like a 27 at worst. But again, that's drastically better than having a 4-minute time because you had to go through all of these. So that's about it. That's what you want to do for here. Just work on it, and you'll be able to get it eventually.
Alright, so now I'm going to show, like, the actual stage, like, all the way through. One thing to note about the Ice Crush is it takes a bit to go away, so you can get up to 3 hits, like, inside of it. You don't take any damage from it, by the way, but, so, like, here I'm just taking 1 hit and going, which is fast, but if you feel uncomfortable, you can wait to take a 2nd hit and then go, since you kind of have limited iframes. And this is the tough one here, so there you go. It's faster IGT, and definitely faster normal, but I'm pretty sure it's still faster regardless to menu down. I mean, here, you do him last in the current route, so you wouldn't have like 3 weapons like I do there. You'd have all of them. So you need to mash down pretty hard, but it's faster. If you don't do that, the setup here is once you're through this door, so you can't move and you can't weapon swap or pause until this door is closed all the way. So what you do is you do a short hop and then walk, and then right here you would quick weapon switch back to, so you're on ice, so you'd hold down L and R. Oh no, yeah, by the way, if you hold down both weapon swaps at the same time, it'll bring you back to Buster. So that's what you want to do. You can kind of hold them, buffer them out too, but you want to hit that about here and walk. So like you're gonna jump, walk, and then about here-ish you'll gain control again with it. So then you get Buster and really quick just hit a weapon swap to bring you to Ray Arrow. I think it's the right one. I'm not sure. It's one of the 2. I don't know which is which because my controls are really jank. Anyway, 2 things here. So you can either, so this is faster, especially IGT, but pretty much RTA too. So this is really awkward. So you're gonna hold down optimally. You're gonna hold down your special weapon to charge. That's what I'm doing right now, and you're gonna mash a bunch of for the text, but you can't mash shoot, and you can't mash. No, you can mash Giga, I think. Yeah, you can mash Giga. So basically your options are like, so for me, I have R2 as my charge. So I can mash R1, L1, L2, and then all the face buttons except square. So I basically just do that. It's kind of an awkward mash. But yeah. And then you just release immediately. If you can wait to do that, but you won't get this hit immediately, you'll get it like way later. So it's definitely faster to do this. Especially if you can get a pretty good mash while charging. I think this is on normal. So like on easy, that he would have been dead already, but he has one more hit on normal. And yeah, I think... Yeah. So 22 is about pretty good. Okay, so these aren't necessary, but these make it a lot easier. So this is if you're on easy. Yeah, this wouldn't show up normally, but again, ILs are weird. So you're just gonna do this kind of like you would in normal. I mean, if you are coming back here, I'd assume you want this already, so that guy would be gone already. I'd assume. So double jump, dash jump, double jump, and then grab both of those guys and pause, and then you have the sub tank now. So hit right and then down. Hit right down and an X, and you'll exit the stage. Okay, so this is if you want jumper. This route is like a minute slower-ish. So this makes Nightmare Mother easier. I'm not gonna show it off, but you can just place ice blocks at the beginning of Nightmare Mother, and then just like climb it with jumper. Oh damn. I'll show it off at the end, but I just remembered I never showed off a quick glitch. I'll do that at the end. But you want to do a quick glitch to get Falcon, Hyper Dash, and Jumper. So this is on normal, but same on easy, you just don't have to deal with these wolves. So again, Suizan glitch. Okay, so here you're going to do a Hyroga, which is holding from a still, you hold up and then jump. So you can jump that guy, but it's kind of an easier setup to hit bonk both of them to get to that in Suizan. But you should need to get in Suizan somewhere here. Just don't die. And then come over here, and that's your boy. That's how you get jumper. So both of these you can attempt for rockets. These are pretty easy. So basically, right before you land, let go of forward, and then re-grab. And if you do it with a crouch dash, it's a lot easier. So as you can see, I think I got a little bit on both of those. Nothing huge, though. Yeah, I definitely did in a second. If you get a full-fledged rocket, you can, like, continue to go through this door, and you can maintain it all the way through. So yeah, Dynamo. You only have to fight him if you do this, but basically... Oh, geez. Yeah, I messed up. But basically, you, just equip Guard Shell. His hitbox is a real bitch. You gotta get really, really, really close to him. And so, yeah, you can just wail on him like that, and then he's dead.
Alright. This is a Mega Man X6, all stages, Nightmare Mother tutorial.
Okay, what did I skip? Wait a second. It's like freaking out.
Alright. This is a Mega Man X6,
Oh, God.
stages,
Why'd the Jesus Christ. Wait, I'm missing a clip. Alright. So, pretty easy. This jump, some people struggle with. Just jump at the very edge, and you'll make it pretty much every time. That jump's really hard in any percent, but here it's pretty easy. Okay, so there's two things you can do here. You can dash, just dash off and hold right. That way you fall, you're quote-unquote falling more, and I'm not going in the air. But if you have dash speed, it's easy. If you do an optimal jump, dash speed is definitely faster, because when you do that strat, it puts you about here, so you're a bit further back. So with a really optimal dash jump, which that wasn't, you can clear that faster. Okay, so this part here, I'm gonna explain a little bit how you do this if you did jumper route. Okay, this is smeary. Okay, it's a bit more viewable. Okay, so you would place an ice crush here, and then just dash jump here. Kill this, place one here, and you just keep climbing like that. It's not too hard, but you definitely want to place the ice crush like on the more interior side of it, because getting over these is kind of difficult. So with zero though, make sure you I'd say overshoot more than undershoot, but try not to overshoot very much, because either you're gonna undershoot and you're gonna hit this, or you're gonna overshoot and then you're gonna bonk and hit this. So just, this isn't too hard. If you're quick, and you can do this. So take damage from that, jump, jump. This one is easy to clear without any iframes, so that's why. And you can do this in 2 hits. Now, if that scares the living shit out of you, you can just bonk this guy also. It's a bit slower, but it's definitely an option. And this guy, there's no reason to bonk. Unless, like, for some reason you're dying here, you can just jump straight over this without iframes. It's not hard. Alright, and Suizan glitch, and easy. Okay, that last pillar you need to be careful about. You can easily slip off here and fall into the pit and die, and that would really suck, because the checkpoint, that's the checkpoint. If you die here, you have to go back to before that climb, because this is the checkpoint right here. So it's like absurdly stupid. Okay, so clear some of these guys for health, because you definitely want max health. Not as much in easy, but I mean, you still want it to an extent. But in normal, you really want max health. There we go, got a little bit. Alright, so here, if you just have hyper dash and you don't have jumper, well, I wouldn't imagine if you had zero that you would get jumper if you were using zero here. But anyway, that's just a full jump into a crash dash at the very end. Double jump, double jump. You can get on the wall here if you want. So this lava, when it comes all the way to the top, like there, right there, it actually won't kill you. But there is a specific way it can kill you. So if you're landing from a dash jump, so if you dash jump and then land, you actually, for some reason, I don't know if it's this way in 4 and 5, but you clip into the ground by 1 pixel, and then just it pushes you up out immediately. So basically, if you land from a dash jump while this is at max height, it will kill you. So you can either just stay the fuck away from it or just walk, or you can ground dash. Walking is a pretty safe bet though. Okay, so here, if you ballsy, you can do this. That wasn't too ballsy, but if you wait for it really high, you can air dash, then in Suizan to give it more time, and then fall. But basically, you know, the quicker you get down there, the better. Okay, so here, this is another slide. You actually can't make that in 2 dashes normally, so you have to slide at the very end of that one. You only slide for like 2 frames, but that is notable. There's an enemy you can kill up here, only in normal mode though. Okay, so here, this saves like a few frames. It's also epic. So this is lava dive. So now we can just fuck around down here. But how it saves time is because, one, you can do this, which is epic. But the main thing is just that you don't have to kill this guy. I mean, or take damage from him. And it'd be better to kill than take damage. So you're saving a bit of frames because you don't have to kill him, because killing him is a bit slow. If you miss this, you can try to Z-Buster him, which is kind of hard to do, but if you do kill him with the Z-Buster, you won't waste any time either. But this is just like the easiest way to do it, because, you know, killing things is slow, especially with Zero. You can also try to get a drop off of him, but, like, I've only seen that one wolf give a drop maybe, like, 3 times ever on easy. Even on easy. On normal, like, fucking never. And on extreme, yeah, okay. On extreme, enemies have an extremely low chance. Okay, so this is just like, I'm gonna start off just showing a decent overall fight here, and then I'll show like my tutorial I did a while back, and I'll add a little bit on to this, or I'll add on here. Okay, so if you get this pattern, attack this eye at the very beginning. It's just way better that way, and basically whatever eye is, if an eye is doing, okay, whatever eye isn't doing whatever eye isn't doing balls can wait, if you get what I mean. So if an eye is doing fire or if it's doing lightning, it can wait, but not in this situation. In this, it's like if you have them vertically stacked and the one up top is doing fire, like shooting lava, then kill the bottom one that's shooting balls, and then go up and hit him, get the one hit on him. But if the bottom one is doing fire and the top one's doing balls, then hit the top one. Like, you get what I'm saying? So there we go. You can do this too, which is, one, you're taking damage you don't need to, and two, it's a lot harder. So I don't recommend that, but fast inner cycle is fast inner cycle. It doesn't really matter. The first cycle is going to be the same speed no matter what. So if you don't do your main damage immediately, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Alright, this is a Mega Man X6 All Stages Nightmare Mother tutorial. I'm going to be showing
Yeah, so I'm just not going to talk here. I'm going to let this play out.
many patterns and how to deal with them correctly. Because a lot of people struggle with Nightmare Mother, so it is good to learn it. Or, you know, this is just important, and I need to make this, so. So, let me find. Okay. So, this is just the inner cycle right here. So you kind of want to jump over him and clear like that, because it's just a good way, instead of jumping on the wall, you kind of jump over and then you use the Insuizan to kind of just balance it out. Wait a minute, can I, okay, mouse can be seen, that's important. So when you jump over, you have to do an Insuizan. You don't have to, but it makes it a lot easier to clear him. So see, then you make it over. It's just a lot better to do it that way, because on the wall you kind of have to wait, while in the middle here you can still react. At the end here, you can just wait, and then you go here, and you always want to do one there, because he can come over, and then after this, so right here he stayed, but he could come over here, and then if he would have done that, then you would have wanted to jump up again, because then they can flip again sometimes. So you always want to preemptively do that. It's on the fourth one where it starts to get funky. So now he's here, right? So now he gave this pattern. So this is ball fire. So this won't make anything different if he gave balls or whatever, but he's given us more time to do this. So essentially a triple slash does a lot of damage, as you can see, so that's nice. But you can just do 2 air slashes, and then you want to do an air slash. And then you're going to jump in and do that, fall in, take damage, and then do another one of these, and then we're gonna hit the ground and jump back up. This input, by the way, is down, so you want to hold down while in the air, down, and your standard slash, not this special button, not Z Buster. Then jump back up, do another, take damage, do another, and then in normal it'll take a bit more hits, but in easy here, as you can see, it doesn't take as many. So then we go up, we take damage, we're gonna go up. So this is a good pattern, as you can see, fast inner cycle, which means that his health is at 50%, but if it's below 50%, then the inner cycle, which is, you know, him moving, is quick. He moves fluidly all around the screen instead of like blocky, which is just faster, but it can be a little hairy. So you want to jump up here and then swing wide, since we have hyper dash, and then slash, and you should hit him, as I did there. And now his health is below that, and he now has fast inner cycle. And you want to, you know, jump. So now he does that again. I do another triple slash. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, dead. It's pretty simple. Here's another example with lightning. So different pattern. This is a lot harder to do. There's no audio, sorry. I took damage there, but it doesn't matter. So he gave me that, right? So as you can see, this guy's here and this guy's here. Now, this is difficult to deal with because you think, oh, you can go hit him easy, but he can kind of make it a pain in the ass. So essentially what you're going to want to do is just hit him with a slash, another slash, same as before. When these, you can, this is another strat, this is good in all stages, and all stages are normal, because your health, it can be an issue there, because you take more damage. So you want to kind of, you can jump up if you want, you don't really have to, but you fall, you know, you do 3 hits, and then instead, it's a bit faster, but you only want to do it at the beginning here, jump up, because if you do it, while the normal power is going, especially here. You know, when I had fire before, when he shot fire down, it, you know, you could have done that every one, but then again, that dude's shooting balls on top, so I guess the only way it would really be safe to do that is if you got, they're stacked, and you got double fire. See, this guy's shooting lightning, but if you got double fire, then you could do this every single one. But because of that, you can get sniped from up here, and then you're knocked down, and taking damage from a ball is a lot slower, and it does a lot more damage opposing to bonking on the eye. And also, a quick note on the physics of this game, opposed to X4, where you can you know, double jump, take damage, do your another jump, take damage again, do your second jump, take damage again. In X5 and 6, if I jump if I do my double jump and take damage, then nothing happens. If I jump and take damage once, my double jump is gone. You cannot do your double jump after that, which is why you wouldn't jump, take damage, and then double jump, because you can't. They kind of did that to make sure that you couldn't abuse the double jump. It's kind of stupid, but that's just the way it is. So you would want to do it this way. And, you know, and I fall into him, take damage, do another, take damage, do another, and he's dead. So now I'm going to fall back, jump, I bonk the lightning, but there's nothing I can do about that. I'm going to dash, get in the wall, and I tried to go and slash him, but I was cock blocked by this. And now if you get cock blocked by that, you're going to climb again, or dash jump, and slash. And see, I got it. So, there you go. And then, you know, you kind of just fall and take damage. You know, there's not much you can do. So then, you know, you do another, I take damage, doesn't even fucking matter. Slash, okay, that was dumb. But, you know, I still got him in the end, so. And, you know, he's dead. There you go. That is a really solid fight right there. That's a 2 cycle, which both these are. 2 cycles are perfect patterns, by the way. So now I'm going to get into individual patterns. So this is one eye, balls bottom. So this is kind of specific. So this is if one is already dead, as you can see. So now you got this, and you kind of just want to, when you get this pattern, I shouldn't have showed this first, But when you get this pattern essentially where it's on the bottom and he's going up, you have to get like half into his hitbox. I'll see you when he stands. Okay, it's hard to judge there, but you kind of just jump and slash. I'm not hitting dash, as you can see. There's kind of no point to. So because he's bald, we're gonna have to do some awkward weaving. So you want to swivel back, and this is where it can get interesting because you have to like know where to line up, and you have to be pretty close to hit him. And I didn't slash again because I didn't want to kill him. So this is, I just showed this, whatever. So this is one eye fire bottom. So this is a ideal opposed to that. So when he sprays fire like this, you don't have to move. Unless you get really bad RNG, he'll hit you while you're in the air like that, or like there. He'll hit you there, but that's really unlucky. So you know, you just kind of jump up and kill him. Again, I didn't kill him for the sake of making videos, but I could have easily killed him. Okay. This is really specific too. This is kind of dumb. Oh wait, no. This isn't what I was thinking it was. Okay, this is something that's important. I mean, you don't have to do this in this situation, but basically the bottom one's dead, right? And I got fire on the top one, which is ideal. If I would have gotten balls, or wait, no, top is balls. Okay, so what you're gonna do is kind of hit him twice and just weave out. This is bottom right dead, top. Yeah, this is what I was thinking of. That's dumb. So essentially, I can't do shit. So you just kind of gotta wait it out. I was just showing that this can happen, and when this doesn't happen, it really can kind of suck. Okay, so this is double eyes bottom. This is a pretty safe any percent pattern, but we don't give a shit about it in all stages. So what you're gonna do is, I always go for the right. You can go for the left. I mean, it doesn't matter because you don't know right now. So essentially, what happened is I got double balls. Now, typically, what would happen, or not typically, but sometimes what can happen is one will shoot balls and one will shoot fire. I've seen them both shoot fire. That's extremely rare and extremely terrible. If they both spray fire, though, you're not going to take too much damage. So just kind of weave back and just kind of stay on one of them or whatever. You're going to constantly have to line up. For this, though, we got both balls, which sucks. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out slashing our beginning one, and then we're going to come here. And we're going to weave back hit this one to dodge both of these. And then we're going to jump back this way, dodge this guy, jump up. And then double jump to dodge this one, jump back. And then slash him again. And slash him again. And slash him again. And that's about pretty the best you can do it with doing, you know, just damage as fast as possible and dodging all of that. So yeah. I'll kind of... Oh, it was muted. Well, there was audio. Okay, one eye fire bottom. I already showed this. Oh, next. Already showed this. Already showed this. Oh, lol. One eye fire bottom. One eye balls. Or wait. Balls for top balls, okay. Wait. Okay, I don't know what this is. I'll see in a sec. Gonna have an issue. Okay, this is something hard to deal with. So, basically, this is kind of odd. So I didn't show the other side of this, but just guess with one side. I always go right because in this, if you get lightning, and go where the lightning is, but okay, never mind. Go wherever you want. If you want lightning to be on your side ideally, which is kind of weird to say, but this is the best way to go about it. Where you kind of do this and then do damage. You kind of have to tank hits, but that's the best way. You can kind of do that. You don't do too much damage though. So this guy's balls over here. You also could come over here and just double jump and slash him. Same with this guy. This is the best way you can do damage though. So just kind of do whatever on this pattern. But this one's a sucky one, regardless. I already showed this. Okay. This is just no fast turn cycle. This is a pretty good pattern, if you can get this. I mean, sometimes you're not always going to get the right RNG to get the fast turner cycle. And I mean, you can always get it technically, but yeah, the lightning is harder in my opinion, so I just didn't get it here. I just barely missed it. So I went up and get it, and I was cock blocked because of lightning, and I couldn't get it. But, it's fine. So I'm just messing around with slashes. But you just want to double jump these dudes, so, again, slash, hit, hit, take damage, or hit, take damage, hit, take damage, hit. And that's it, you kill them fast. Or what was this? Double left faster cycle. Okay, all stages normal 2 cycle. So this is on all stages normal. This has no audio. So I have a lot of health because this is a hundo save, I believe. But whatever. So, slash, do this, kind of the same, just, boom. You just gotta use your metal anchor a lot. And you can, can't really hit him because he wasn't up, but I went too early. Damage matters a little more in normal because you just take more damage and the boss takes more hits to kill. So triple slash is really worth it here. Again, that double jump there to get 3 is worth it on normal a lot more. So there I kind of fell down instead of, I back in to take damage, but I just missed him. But it was fine, I just jumped back up and hit him again. Okay. Okay, this is the pattern where you get fucked. Double bottom, fire, and balls. Okay. So it doesn't matter what side. So I always go right, I just favor right. And if I would have gone left or whatever and had the balls, I would come back, I would come over here. But essentially with these balls, the movement is the same, just mirrored here. Unlike lightning acts different on the left. So here I'm going to slash, fall back down, just kind of avoid it right now. Now this one's high, so I have to double jump to dodge it. So that's about it. All you have to do is double jump, kind of avoid it. So yeah, that's pretty much all the clips I have. There's all these. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much everything. These are the same thing, but whatever. So yeah, that is a bunch of clips. Hopefully I didn't take too much of your time, only 15 minutes. So yeah, that's everything. This requires a lot of practice still, but hopefully this is a decent guide. If anyone wants all these clips, I'll put these in a zip, and then I'll put them on resources. So there you go. That's about it for all stages. I'll be finishing the any percent tutorial soon.
Alright, so this is high max now. So here you want to start with a high jump. It's just easier. You can double jump, but I mean, it's the fastest way. Dash all the way up there. I'm just doing standard dashes. Those aren't like dash jumps or anything. You want to kill that guy. Okay, so here's where it's important. You want to be crouch dashing here. And stay snug with this here. So this is how you despawn the totem. So kill that, kill that. On normal, there's 2 guys here. You just have to kill them. It's a bit slower, but whatever. Anyway, if you do that right, boom. Okay, so this is for security. Once you get on here, do a max jump. Because you want to spawn this totem up here. You do not want to I mean, you can. There's a strat for it, but it's very difficult. But optimally, just don't despawn that. Alright, and have guard shell on. So for this fight, this is pretty much every fight we've avoided it, but this is the one fight that we have to deal with a little anomaly. So when you gain control here, I haven't gained it yet, but if you pause the first frame you gain control, you cannot equip guard shell. So what we're going to do is we're just hold forward and walk. So once you see Zero start to walk, then pause and equip it, because there's no way he could be walking in the first frame. You can triple slash these, by the way. It's just easier. And I think it reduces a bit of lag. Anyway, so weaving back and forth here. Be careful. That's the main thing. Okay. So I'll let this next clip play, but I'm going to whip something up. So this is just, it's a bit, wait. Oh, no, this is just the same clip again. Well, I guess this is like differences in normal.
Do?
Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm trying to whip up a small vid. Okay. Yeah. I guess, yeah, I should explain this a little bit. I'll just do it here. So, what you want to do here, so you want to get here and just sit there. And so then you'll get crushed here, and then you just do a double jump on those spikes, and then dash jump, and easy. That's how you do in my head strats. Okay, really quick though. Let me show this. Okay, so this right here, this is what happens if you despawn. This is what you want to do. So double jump there and grab this, and then slide in between those. This is risky because it's really easy to die on these spikes, but anyway. Okay, this is the second thing. So this is a good alternative. So this is what you want to do if you want to do single hits. This is really easy. This is an extremely easy way to do this. So if you can kind of see, you kind of just weave back and forth there. Okay, next clip. On to gate. So this is Cyber's clip because he has a really good gate and his stage is fine. So I'm just going to use this. All the ones with this background is Cyber. Yeah. So right here, if you're really slick here, you can just dash. You don't have to jump there. But so here he's doing Hyroga. So Hyroga, you stick to the ceiling. So you hold up and jump, you know, usual shit. And it allows, so once it starts to go up, then you can dash. And then hold the crouch. And then another dash. And so on normal, you would want to dash jump from here because there's a block here. Or a ball. So you jump from here. but it's basically the same. Oh geez, VLC. You can dash a little prematurely there, right before it goes up, because it'll kill this guy, but it's kind of risky because it can also kill you. But this isn't too difficult, but these are the good cycles, by the way. You can do this differently. So, like, I'll show an alternative once this is done. So, yeah, you want to equip Yamark there. That's something you definitely want to do. And keep refreshing it here by holding up and then pressing special. Yeah, and that's like a perfect stage. So, to do this differently, or to do it a bit easier, so to start off here, you can just stay in here, because it's pretty hard to make that. And then, again, this is kind of risky. I mean, it's not that hard, but you can just stay back here. And so that'll put you one cycle behind, not a big deal at all. And getting through that is pretty easy. It's not very difficult. And when you go here, you want to make sure you jump high. Jeez. So those are the main cycles, though, that you would want to, if you're going to do easier cycles, that's how you'd want to do them. Anyway, oof. Skipped the juicy bits. Alright. Okay. So here, just do some jumps and shit. Jump off. And you can do an air dash here. So what I do here is I walk off, air dash, and then jump air dash. And that's pretty easy there. Pretty consistent. And here you just do a small dash and then jump and then dash. You can also air dash if you want, but it's slower. Alright, gate. So this guy's fun. The main things I'll say about gate, I'll show after this. I'll show how I do it, I guess. But this is like a really optimal gate fight. Gate Cyber gets a really, really good gate. So staying like a distance like this is okay. But so you can stay full apart like this, but it's more optimal to sit here and here. These want to be your two spots. I'd say here is still best because then you can just do this and that's easy. He was kind of far back, but like you can just do a 1-2 like that. I don't do a third slash because sometimes either you can dink like that or you can prematurely kill it. That's a neat way of doing that if he shoots it up there. Alright, so for this blue ball is what you can get in Suizan glitch. It pulls you towards it. So once you see like Zero's foot is like halfway off in Suizan, and boom. And then there you go. And so now we're just going to stand on top of him. And pretty much you just wait. Because he's kind of a bastard. So you can like fuck around if you want, but it's RNG. Yeah, so Cyber gets an insanely good fight. That's an absolutely wicked fight right there. Anyway, I'll mute it, but give me a sec. Okay, 31. I'll mute this. Oh. Alright. So this is what a gate fight without Suizan glitch looks like. So my PB does not actually get Suizan glitch. So again, it's faster because he moves less, and I just recommend it overall to go in the middle. But if you're really scared, you can go here and here. It seems that doing slashes and crouches seems to make him like do shit faster. I don't know why, but like it just seems to work a little bit for his first half at least. So yeah, when he hits you over here, and I guess it's the same but just mirrored if you go all the way over there. That's how you do hits, like on the wall. So next time I get one, I'll show it off in detail. Yeah, so around at this health, he starts slashing. So yeah, this one you have to be really careful with. Blue ball is a bitch. So he shoots it there, and you want to slash about here, and your entire slash should clear your side, so you won't take any damage. It's pretty simple to do. Yeah, just kind of being an asshole at the end. Alright, anyway. 32. Okay. So this is the boss rush, so I'm going to explain like everything here. So, in easy, Heat Nyx first is definitely better. But in normal, you can go Maginian first if you want, but I'm just going to show this off. It doesn't matter like what route you do it in, everything's the same. It's just, once your health's low on normal, you can life recover or sub-tank. Sub-tanking is probably preferable because you could grab those health at the top on your way out and refill a little bit if you want to. Anyway, so I just did a high Roga into a Sensuizan. You can just double jump, but like that looks cooler. And I did a slide too. That's just like a slick way of doing this. It's also not that hard. So when you're Sensuizaning, you want to jump way back and do it. It's a really safe way of doing it. You can walk off the platform and then double jump and then do it. So you'll have a really far distance, so you'll never get hit. Like if you want to avoid that happening. And if you notice, this is how you get Nova Kill. So if you notice that he's not, if he continues to shoot balls out, then just keep Sensuizaning. But if he stops, if he just stops all of a sudden, like that, and just goes into that, that means that he's about to Nova. And so his hitbox is like changed states. So now you can hit him with like SDC and single slashes and shit. So now I just whip out Guard Shell and do an SSDC. Whatever you can, just kill him this way. You can't do a single slash too well on him. Like it has, like you can't really reach all the way. It has to be some form of SDC. But Guard Shell certainly helps, but it's not required. Let me just speed this up a little bit. So Wolfang, about the same as before. If you get really clean hits in, okay, so you give me a good pattern. If you get a bad pattern, by the way, yeah, so it's really hard to line up on him, especially with the ice. If you get a bad pattern, if you get some really clean hits, you can do 2 hits or something like that, and then hit him with fire. And if you notice his health is like here-ish, hit him with fire again, it'll just kill him instantly. If it's above that, then do a single slash again. Anyway. Alright, warp out. By the way, every time when you warp out, it auto resets everything back to Z-Saber, so you don't have to switch back to you don't have to like select Z Saber and then select guard shell again. You can just keep selecting guard shell, like going from boss to boss. So that's really helpful. Otherwise, this would probably be a bit different. Okay, so this is Yamark. So this is like good RNG. So you just come up, you just get really close, guard shell, dead. Easy fight. Get health. You want max health coming down here. Alright, so Maginian. You want to take Maginian a bit safer than you would like in like the stage, because health. He also has more health. So like, don't be super aggressive. Like, wait for him. Like, especially there, he looked like he was gonna crash. Definitely don't go up and slash him. Alright, so Sheldon is like basically Metal Man, so we're gonna use his own weapon against him. Yeah. So everything's pretty much the same here. Okay. Now this one, this is different. I'm gonna explain this. So this is, oh fuck. Okay, so this is Scaravage quick kill. This is pretty specific. This is frame perfect to get the instant quick kill. But anyway, so I'm gonna show this off. So what you're gonna do, this is the Zambamon setup. So we're gonna quick kill him. So this shit's pretty epic. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna slash, you're gonna take damage from him rolling into you. You're gonna Suizan and then Z-Buster. And that'll do a ton of damage. So if you're frame perfect, it will kill him. You don't need to rush this super hard. Just do inputs pretty casually, but not like super slow. Like, I'll play it back, you'll see. And 2 cycles pretty standard. So he's gonna roll back around, and you can just do whatever you want. You can crouch slash him and then Z-Buster, whatever. It doesn't matter, unless like his health is halfway or something. Like if his health is pretty like high still, you could go for the quick kill again. But I'll play that in full motion. This trick is a little tricky at first, but this setup is pretty damn easy. Yeah, so that's basically how I do it. Not very hard, pretty simple trick. Alright, MSP, who we do last in this boss route. So, give me a pretty decent pattern. He jumped up and then dived. So you can kind of use this pause to your advantage to see what pattern he's about to do, and then pause. That's pretty much how you want to play it with MSP. All right. This ending part here. So this movement is this is how you want to do this movement to get out of here. So you want dash jump, double jump, jump, and then air dash, and I'll put you right in there. So this is what it looks like in full motion. Yeah, and that's how you do that. Okay. So these are some backups for Turtloid if you have shitty health. Obviously I don't here, but if you don't have the Grace health, this is these are two alternatives. So this is the QTT Turtloid. So you're gonna wall jump into a Sensuizon like this, and basically I took damage just from a missile. Bonking him would have taken way more damage. What sucks about this though is you have to get hit by at least 2 missiles. So instead you can just missile deboost like this. So just take damage from 1, and then if you're really unlucky you'll get hit by like 3, but typically you'll get hit by 2. So yeah, that's how you do that. Okay, now this is just Sigma. So in easy you want to kill this guy with the Z Buster. It's pretty easy. Deboosting is about the same speed, but deboosting you have to take damage, so might as well just Z-Buster him. Why make it harder on yourself? Alright, so Hobo Sigma. This guy's pretty stupid. He's kind of an asshole, so he gave me a good pattern here, but he can spit at you, and when you need to jump when that happens. If you're really quick and he's shooting low, like at you, you can get 2 hits in between every spit. But yeah, spitting is super slow. You lose a decent amount of time from that, maybe like 3, 4, 5 seconds, depending on how well you go about it. Alright. So this is kind of really good, so it'll be hard to show this off too well, but basically you want to triple slash that, just do some damage, and then get in Suizon glitch. And he's about to open his mouth, so this doesn't matter now, but he takes a while to open his mouth sometimes, and when he does that, don't kill, like, aside from what you got in Suizon glitch off of instantly, don't kill any enemies. Like, just sit there, wait. Because once he has max enemies on screen, he won't be able to spawn anymore, and it'll force him to do something else. So if you keep killing the enemies, he's going to keep shooting out more, and you'll be wasting a lot of time. So do not kill the enemies while you're waiting for him to open his mouth. But when he does, just do a slash. You can even do a pivot, and there you go. That's how you do that. It's pretty free. Alright, so this is how you do this hallway in normal. It's a lot different. Yeah. And you want to bonk that guy. And you can kill his bat if you want for health. But basically, to recover, you can jump or slide under that guy. Bonk this guy because there's nothing here. This guy you'll take a critical hit from, so Nightmare is preferable. And you can kill some of these guys for health if you want. And then bonk there. And you can wall jump here, but jumping over is faster, but it's also riskier because you risk bonking him. And you definitely want to double jump up there. Make sure you get on top of that dildo. Very important. Alright. So that is pretty much the last of these clips. So now I'm going to show oh my god. Okay. So even though I have 2 slots already, it's fine. I'll be able to show this off. So to equip glitch, you want to hit confirm and cancel at the same time. So for me, I'm playing on a GameCube. So square. Well, I'm using a converter for my PS2 controller. But You want to hit confirm and cancel at the same time. And you'll know if you got it because, one, when you exit, you won't see this lit up. If I go up here, it's canceled. It won't work. So, when you cancel, make sure you only see 0 on the bottom lit up. Yeah, GameCube is B and A, but it maps B to square and A to X, so basically, confirm and cancel at the same time, and then come down and put on Saber Plus. Oh, I messed that up. Alright. There you go. So it's almost easier to see. It would stack both of these on top of one. So how you would do this with Jumper, because by the time you put on Jumper, if you're doing that route, you're only going to have one here, but you can still do this. So you're not going to... all you're going to have is Jumper and Hyperdash. So, easy. But say, I mean, you might as well put it on 0, I guess. So for him, you would do put on 1, and then do the equip glitch like this. And that's how you put on multiple parts. You can put on 4 parts onto one slot, but there's nothing in all stages. There's not 4 parts that are worth it. So that's basically how you do the equip glitch. It's pretty easy. Pretty lenient trick. You can retry it like instantly. Not very difficult at all. So where you do the equip glitch in the run is after you got Jumper, you would do that with X here. And also if you're doing Jumper route, you need to grind out souls in Turtloid and Heatnix with Falcon. You're gonna need to get 13 souls in those total, which isn't very hard to do, but just saying. So yeah, mainly once you're, so if you're doing normal, once you're done with Maginian, you would do a Equip Glitch with 0 to get Hyperdash and Saber Plus. But in easy, it's after Yamark, because you have to do an extra stage. So yeah, pretty free trick, really easy. Pretty free game, honestly. So yeah. That is basically it. That is pretty much everything. Alright, so I'm gonna call that it.